Thank you guys again for joining me. Today I want to go through and show you my Virtual Boy collection. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is going to be the first video that I put out of my individual collections based on systems. And today I have for you the Nintendo Virtual Boy. For most of you out there, you already know that Virtual Boy was pretty much one of Nintendo's top failures as far as consoles and handhelds are concerned. The Virtual Boy only put out 14 US games. I believe like 29 altogether. I could be wrong on that, but couple downfalls for the system were the red graphics that would give people headaches. I believe the lack of a headpiece led to its demise as well, considering you had to have it on a tripod on a table and you have to lean down and put your head into it, which couldn't be that comfortable. But I will say the 3D graphics on this system were really good. First time I ever played one was at Blockbuster Video, our local Blockbuster Video. They had one on display, and they had Virtual Tennis, Mario Virtual Tennis in the system, and I played that for a little bit, and I really enjoyed it. I did get past the red graphics with the black background. But at that time, just having a 3D game that looked that 3D kind of overpowered the fact that it had the red graphics. This was released right around the time that the N64 was released, and as you all know, the N64 is what went forward and the Virtual Boy tanked. Unfortunately, it was a great idea. Nintendo is usually very innovative with their hardware, as we've seen in the past with stuff as simple as adding trigger buttons on the top of the controller to having the very first joystick on a system, first console to add rumble feature, and so on and so forth. The dual screen DS, that seemed gimmicky at first, but you know, who knew? One of the best-selling systems of all time. And then following up with the 3DS, which 3D graphics look great. The fact that you can have 3D graphics in color without glasses was a really great idea. Nowadays, a lot of people just turn the 3D off. It is kind of cool to go in there and play a game in 3D, but it will give you a headache after a while. But again, it's just showing Nintendo still doing what they try to do with the Virtual Boy. Luckily now they're succeeding. Back then, not so much. They just lacked the hardware and the stuff that they needed to make this go forward, and I don't think people were ready for it. But yeah, so there's my Virtual Boy, and as far as I'm aware, this is the only accessory that we ever got for the Virtual Boy. I don't remember seeing anything else in the store but this adapter kit, which did not come with the system. The system, you actually had a pack that you filled with batteries and you stuck it into the controller. So this took place of that, so you could plug it into the wall. Which I don't understand why they gave you a battery pack, considering it wasn't really that portable. Like I said previously, there's no headgear, so you can just have it on your head. You know, while you're sitting back at waiting in maybe a doctor's office and you want to play your game, you know, pull out this giant Virtual Boy, strap it to your face, you know. At least if they had the head strap, you could have had that option, but the fact that there was a tripod, you had to find a table and you had to squat down, stick your face in it, and yeah, so doesn't seem like that would be very fun to do in public. But yeah, so there's the AC adapter. Again, like as far as I know, it's the only accessory that they ever put out for the Virtual Boy. All right, let me show you what I have for games. I do have all 14 of the US games that were released here. I also have one Japanese game, Mario Tennis Japanese. I think I got this in a lot on eBay. I'm not really trying to collect the Japanese versions of any of these games. It might be kind of a fun venture to do now that I've got a complete set of the Virtual Boy, at least the the North American set. But yeah, this is the only one I have that's Japanese. All right, let me run you through the games. We got Virtual League Baseball. This is one I have not played, and this one is still sealed. You can see the H seal right there. I have not played this one. We got Golf. I played this one a long time ago, back when the system was relevant. I don't remember a whole lot about it. One day I will pop this one in again. This one is open and ready to play. And we have Red Alarm. This was an interesting game. This one kind of brought you back to the almost Vectrex style graphics. If you can see the graphics on there. Very Vectrex style in a 3D environment. So this game was actually kind of cool. I do remember playing this at Walmart. No, this actually wasn't at Walmart. This was at our local Target. They had this up, and you could play this game. Galactic Pinball. And this is actually a fairly good game. If you like pinball games, this one, you get that 3D aspect. It is obviously in the red graphics, but it plays well, and it's a decent game. There's one of the boards right there. I don't know how well the camera's getting it, being that it's all in red. But yeah, it's a fairly decent game. So if you do have a Virtual Boy, this is a game I recommend, and I don't believe it's that expensive. Tellero Boxer. This is another one of the more groundbreaking games for the system, because this made you think with the controller the ways you wouldn't really think with a normal controller when you're playing like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out or one of those boxing games. You actually had to use the triggers on each side, and if you did it with the left side, you threw a left hook. You did it with the right side, you threw a right hook. And you also had to use the controller to move and dodge the punches coming in. And being as 3D as it was, the punches looked pretty cool coming right at your face. But give this one a try. Value on this is going up a little bit. It's still not that expensive, but it is going up a bit. Vertical Force. This is a game I've never played. Don't know much about it. This copy is open, so at some point, when I feel like sitting down and playing the Virtual Boy, I'm going to pop this in and check it out. There's the graphics for you. It's kind of hard to see, but it looks like a shoot 'em up. Looks like a shmup. Overhead. Looks like it might be really fun. I don't know how well it's going to play with the all red graphics, and how you discern the enemies from the ground. Got Mario Clash. Another game I picked up. I never played this one either. But if you look at it, it looks like a completely 3D version of the original Mario Brothers that came out on like the Atari 2600, the 7800. There's even on it even made its way to the NES long before the Super Mario Brothers game came out. But yeah, this one actually might be kind of fun because I did enjoy the original Mario Brothers. And Wario Land. This is my favorite game on this system. I have an open copy somewhere that I had originally that I played. I ended up picking this one up because I wanted a box copy, and I got a really good deal on it. This one is sealed, so I'm not going to open it. I have my open copy to play. So this one played more like an original Mario Brothers game. The only real big difference that they did with the 3D is they would have a back level, kind of like a behind layer where you would see like pipes and stuff in the background, and you could go through a pipe on the front end, pop up on the other side, and then you could play on that side and get all the coins, kill the enemies, whatever you needed to do based on the level. But yeah, this game's really fun. Panic Bomber. So yeah, Bomberman for the Virtual Boy. I have not played this one. I never got my hands on it back in the day. When I was looking to complete the set, this was the last game I needed. So I ended up finding one, but the only one I could find was sealed. So, oh, and it looks like it's just a... It looks like it's a puzzle game. Maybe like Dr. Mario or whatnot. I'm not really sure. One day I'll play it. I'll try it out. Maybe I'll try it on an emulator just to see how it is. But I don't really feel like popping the seal on this just to play it. Getting into some of the more rare games for the system. This next one here isn't rare. The game isn't. What's rare is the box. Mario Tennis. Pretty much all the Virtual Boys came with this game. It was cartridge only. You got the cartridge, and I believe you got the manual. You never got the box. I'm not sure exactly how you obtain the box. I don't remember them selling it separately. This copy that I have was actually a rental copy, but you can look. Someone tried peeling the sticker off, and there is no UPC. There's no barcode, meaning that it couldn't have been sold without a barcode. So I'm really not sure how people got this. I haven't looked into it. I'm assuming these were probably sent to rental stores like Blockbuster and whatnot, and this is probably how they got their hand on the game, so they would have extra copies of the game for rent, which would make sense, because if the only way to get it is to buy a Virtual Boy, they'd have to buy a Virtual Boy for every copy of Mario Tennis they had to rent. So I'm pretty sure that's how they did it. I'm not positive. I will look into that, but that would make the most sense to me. We got 3D Tetris. Not really that rare of a game, but the value has gone up significantly. I was lucky enough to get this copy at a decent price. I've had it for a little while now, but the price on this game is going up. It's a very interesting take on Tetris. As you can see, it uses a giant cube and you place the pieces within it. I've not played this, but it looks like it'd be pretty challenging. And we have NES's Funky Bowling. I've not played this, but for those of you that don't know who Nestor is, Nestor was pretty much created by Nintendo Power. Nintendo Power would come out with a mini comic inside of their Nintendo Power issues, which would feature Nestor in one situation or another. I don't remember any of the stories particularly, but if you do have some old, at least the first 100 issues of Nintendo Power, pop them open, there's a good chance you'll see a Nestor comic in there. There's the graphics on this. This actually doesn't look too bad. It might be kind of cool to play this in 3D. I haven't played it yet. Luckily, this one is open, so at some point, again, I need to break out the old Virtual Boy and try it out. Alright, and here's my copy of Waterworld. This is one of the more rare games to collect for the system, especially the box. Box and manual usually go for quite a bit more than if you're just trying to get the cartridge. Since I was going for a complete set as far as box and manual, I had to wait a while to find a copy of this for a decent price to get it complete. I've had plenty of opportunities to pick up the game alone, but again, like I said, I wanted to make sure I got a complete set. But I have no clue if this game is any good or not. It's supposed to be based off the Waterworld movie, as you can tell, which some people like that Waterworld movie, some people despise it. Making a game off it seems kind of an interesting concept on what you would do on a Virtual Boy for this game. And it looks like, I don't know if you just race around on one of the boats or what you do, but it is open, so maybe I'll play it one day to kind of find out what this game is even about. And the last game in my collection, and by far the rarest and hardest to get game, and Jack Brothers. This is the hardest game to find while collecting the system, and now definitely the most valuable game, especially complete in the box. I was very lucky. I pieced this one together. I actually had to piece it by cartridge, box, and manual, all separately. But I got really great deals on all of them, so the game itself cost me probably a fourth of what it's worth now, and I completed it myself. I was very lucky to find all those pieces separately. I had seen it several times complete online, but again, they were charging the absolute top price that people would actually be willing to pay, and I don't have the money to be buying games at that price, so I figured I'd find another way and just be patient. Literally, it's just being patient, and that paid off luckily for me. But yeah, there's Jack Bros. I played a little bit of it. It's not a horrible game. You kind of see, plays little 3D characters that run around in a kind of an above eagle eye view through these little mazes. It doesn't look like you have much room to move around. I will definitely have to pop this in one day and check it out, because it looks like it might be actually decent. So, well, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope any of the stuff I may have said is informational, and maybe one day maybe inspire you to go for a collection, a Virtual Boy collection of your own. It's pretty much the easiest system to get a complete collection on. I would start now rather than wait, for the fact that a lot of these things are going up in price. It's not the cheapest thing to collect for, but there's not a whole lot to buy, unlike the NES and the Super NES, and you've seen some of the prices on those games, and you have multiples and multiples of high price games on those systems. So if you want to get a full collection, I recommend going after the Virtual Boy. It was actually really fun for me to collect, and it looks really cool in my collection. I like the color scheme, and it looks great on the shelf. So thank you guys again for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. If you have any specific collection videos you'd like me to make based on system like the Atari, or one of my handhelds, or even one of my older systems that you guys don't really know anything about, just leave me a message and I'll make a video of what I got and show you. So thanks again for watching, guys. Game on.